I'm just a girl over 50 trying to get this makeup thing right. Follow along with me to see how this look came about. The eye look is inspired by Mufida Mukhtar. Hi guys, my name is Shireen. Welcome to my channel, and today I am getting ready to go to a birthday celebration for a group of ladies and gentlemen whose birthdays are in January, and so we do this every year. We celebrate together. So I'm about to go to the birthday celebration, and for those who don't know, the January color is garnet, and so we're wearing garnet shirts. I don't have my shirt yet. I'll get my shirt when I get there. But anyway, I'm going to recreate or try to recreate this look by Mufida Mukhtar. Oh Lord, hold on. Let me get her name right. Yes, I hope I'm saying it right. Mufida Mukhtar. I've been following her for a while. I just love her makeup looks, especially how she does her eyes, but her whole face comes together just beautifully. So I know I'm not going to do it justice, but I was looking for a look of hers that may have been using the colors garnet or burgundy or something close to it. And lo and behold, she has the same Culture 2 palette. And I am, like I said, I'm gonna try to recreate this look, and we're gonna see how it goes. So let's get started. Now it is currently April, and I know you guys heard me mention that I was getting ready for a birthday party in January. So, yes, that is correct. This was in January. It is now April. And I am just now getting around to getting this video edited and ready to upload. I don't know, you guys. Life has been lifing. If you've been in the United States since January, you know what's going on. But other than that, other life stuff has been going on. Nothing too crazy, but just things that sometimes take you away from your creativity. And I also mentioned your girl is over 50, and some things are happening with this 50-year-old body that I can't explain, but I hope it'll be explainable soon. Again, nothing too crazy, but just if you pay attention to your body, you notice that there are changes, or could be changes happening. So we are starting with the eyes, of course. I usually start with my eyes when I am doing an eye look that's more complicated than just, adding some bronzer or like one eyeshadow shade. So I like to do my eyes first. So that's what I'm doing. I'm trying one of these many hacks I've seen online where you draw the dots. You draw like 4 dots. But actually it's 5 dots. So anyway, I'm trying that, and I'm looking at this playback, and this particular eyebrow, of course, is giving me the fits. And just keep watching. We'll see how it turns out. If you're still watching at this point in the video, I would appreciate it if you would hit that thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell so that you will be notified when new videos go up. This brush that I'm using, this is an e.l.f. brush, I believe. And this is not one of my favorite blending brushes. But at this point, this is a brush that is clean. So this is what I'm using. And it is doing something. But I do have a different brush that I love to use for my concealer. And I think you'll see that later in the video. It's a brush by Real Techniques. Here we are setting the eyelids with this loose setting powder by Mented Cosmetics. And now for the star of the show, this Culture 2 palette by Juvia's Place. And I'm just going to use two colors here, that darker kind of burgundy color and then this shimmer. So those are the two colors that are going to be featured for my eyelids, you guys. And at this point, I am about 2 years into my mature makeup journey. I started around, I would say pretty late in the year in 2022, but not steadily. I kind of bought a couple products and put on makeup one time, but I started consistently putting on makeup January 2023. And my goal was to do it on Sundays for worship service, and I've pretty much, for the most part, stuck to that. I mean, I've had maybe, I'm going to say a handful or really less than a handful of Sundays that I didn't make that goal. But I will say it definitely does help to practice. And it for sure helps to practice when you don't have someplace to go. And it also for sure helps to practice when you're not rushing, which is for me, most of the times on Sunday mornings, I am rushing. I don't care how early I get up. I don't care how prepared I am. I don't know. It seems like a big chunk of time just like disappears. And it's not like I do anything crazy special. But anyway, that's my story on that. But I have been playing it safe with the eye looks, and this also is a safe look as well. However, I do need to step it out there, you guys, and really try to be a little bit more creative. I would say I have a somewhat creative bone in my body, but I've been playing it safe. And there's nothing wrong with playing it safe, because you still can come up with beautiful looks with just the bare minimum. Many have proven that. I think I've hit that mark a time or two myself, but I do want to get more skilled. So in order to do that, I have to practice. And so if you're a girl out there just like me, getting started late in life, jump on in there, get started. Makeup is expensive, so if you do get started, choose your products wisely. And one of the things that I didn't know when I first got started out, because a lot of times when you go shopping and you hear somebody recommend a product and you go purchase it, I would suggest to go to some place like Ulta or Sephora. Now we're going to put a pin into this part of the conversation. I'm going to come back to it, but I wanted to give a little bit of attention to some of the products that I am about to apply. So first I'm going to apply this poreless primer by e.l.f. The primer itself is pretty good. I really love how it feels on my skin. I think it does a pretty good job. Now what I will say is, to me, I feel like, or I've noticed that when I use this primer, I have a really oily look. And so now here, when I applied that primer, I felt all that hair that was, I've been hairy all my life, y'all. But this was something that I was supposed to do when I was washing my face and doing my skincare earlier, but I completely forgot. So I had to get that hair off my face, and now I'm reapplying some primer. I don't know if I was supposed to do it like that, but I did. And then I'm going to start with, next I'm going to apply, this right here is my Tinted Moisturizer by NARS. But I am first going to apply some powder on top of this primer again, since I've noticed that I usually have a pretty oily look after, an hour or two, much more oily than I do with some other products. So I'm applying a bit of powder here to try to cut down on that. I think it did, but not to the degree that I had hoped it would. So that's that. So we're going to get back to purchasing the products. Now, what I'm about to say, I was told this by a Sephora associate. I'm sorry. I was told this by an Ulta associate, not Sephora, because I do have a couple of Sephoras here near me, but they're not standalone stores. They're a part of Kohl's. But anyway, back to the shopping portion, or some shopping tips and advice, is if you go to Ulta and you buy a product and it just does not work for you and you don't like it, pack that product back up in the box immediately and take it back to the store. They will give you a refund. Now, at least that's what the associate told me. Have I done that? No, I have not done that, because when I did learn about it, I was a bit of a ways off from where I actually purchased the product, and I didn't feel right taking it back to the store. But also, what I have learned since then with makeup and with applying makeup, even if something doesn't quite work all the way you kind of think it should magically work, you can make this stuff work, you guys. Now, that of course comes with a caveat when something is just a little bit off, or if the formula is a little bit off, or something like that. And I'll talk about that a little bit more when I'm applying the concealer. Okay, let's talk about this concealer. This concealer that I'm using is the e.l.f. Camo concealer. The pro about this concealer is a little goes a long way, and also it has pretty good coverage. Again, you don't need a lot, and it also covers really, really well. Now, the one thing that I don't really care for, but again, what I talked about earlier, mentioned earlier, is I figured a way to work around what I don't care for. So the thing that I don't really care for is the fact that this concealer dries down really fast. So when I started out and watching the makeup girlies, they always talked about putting your concealer on, letting it dry down for a minute or so, and then you blend out. But this concealer, you do not need to do that. You put this concealer on, you should be ready to blend. And that's something that I learned the hard way. And so now what I can do is, if I put it on, which you'll see me put it on here in a bit, and I don't immediately blend it out, you actually can take either some setting spray, or a good thing to use is something like the MAC Fix Plus spray, and just spray your face lightly and then you blend. But what I typically have been doing is I will spray directly on my blending brush and blend it out that way. Okay, so y'all, what I'm using is I think it was pretty viral. This is the LYS bronzer. that I'm using as contour. So you see I have two different shades. This shade, I think one is honey and I can't remember. I think this one is the honey. That darker one I had just got. This is my first time using it, you guys. I felt like I needed something darker because that honey, it shows up well right there on my nose, but it does not, to me, show up well when I am contouring my cheeks and like the perimeter of my face. So I wanted something darker, so I got this, you guys, and it is super dark. So you will see me over the next few minutes trying to really work that in and trying to do a Hail Mary to fix that. And for a while during the video, as I was looking at this playback, I was like, girl, you should have started over because that was a hot mess. But somehow in the end, in the very, very end, because, you know, even further along the video, I was looking at this playback and I was like, what in the world? Anyway, yeah, you'll see me working that in. Now, again, going back to the statement I made earlier about, you know, making the products work. Of course, I bought this online. I think I bought it from the TikTok shop. I'm not sending it back. It is darker, which is what I wanted. But what I will try the next time is to not use so much. Like, you know, really use like a dot or like a really small line in order to contour. And then again, I still will only use it to contour the perimeter and you know, right there on my cheeks. I will not use it to contour my nose because it's way too harsh. Still trying to blend out that e.l.f. Camo concealer. It's still a challenge, but we gonna get it done. We gonna get it done. Okay, something important I want to point out here. So remember how I use that really dark contour? This is the brush that I used to initially blend it in. So unfortunately, I don't know what I was thinking, but I used the same brush to blend my nose and I got that really harsh nose contour. I should have used a different brush. But again, I wasn't thinking. And yeah, let's just keep watching to see how it turns out. Right, let's blend out this blush. And I don't think I mentioned it earlier, but this blush is e.l.f. Camo Liquid Blush. And I'm not sure what the shade is, but I have two of those. I have like a lighter pink and a darker pink, and I think this was the darker pink one. Well, as you can see, I'm still messing with this concealer. And then also, since I haven't set it yet, trying to make sure that, you know, it stays in a good place so that I could set it when the time comes. For setting the under eyes and using the same loose setting powder by Mented. This is the light tan. Yeah, something to set the under eyes and the concealer that's down the middle of the face. Now we are setting the contour with Mocha Mami, I believe that's what it is, by Fenty Beauty. And now we're going to set the nose contour with this bronzer by Fenty Beauty, and this is Coco Naughty. Now we're going to use powder blush, and this is, I believe this is volume 3 by Juvia's Place, and I am using both of those colors, as you can see. And yeah, that looks pretty cute. This is also a loose setting powder. It's called Holy Grail. And I also got this off of the TikTok shop a while back. It's really, really, really fine, y'all. When I tell y'all this is like a fine misty powder. It is so fine. And you can actually use it to set your whole face. I've seen the person who sells this, she set under her eyes with this, and then she also set over her whole face. And I like it because it's a translucent powder, but what I find is that it really does not change anything underneath the colors. You know, once you put setting spray on it, it still looks the same. And I haven't gotten that same experience with some of the other translucent powders. So this is Sephora Microsmooth powder in ebony, and I don't know, I saw somebody using this one time and I went and bought it, and I love it. This is another powder that I use to set under eyes as well as all over the face. Now, do I need to use both? Probably not, but I've come to like my look when I do use both, especially with liquid and cream products. So here I am spraying with a light spray of MAC Studio Fix. No, what is it called? Max Fix Plus. That's it. And I'm drying down, and then I spray with setting spray, and then I also, this is the e.l.f. It's something out all night or stay out all night or something to that effect. It's supposed to be a dupe for one of the one size setting sprays. But I have the e.l.f. version. I also have the one size version, but I've run out of that, so I've got to get some more. Also, I'm trying to dry this quicker than it would normally dry. And then now I'm spraying with this fixing spray. And yeah, this fixing spray is the truth. It's really good. I also found that on the TikTok shop by a makeup artist on here. That she has some makeup products, and her name is Cat. So I believe her product line is called Scratch by Cat. So that fixing spray, as well as early in the video you saw me use a eyeshadow primer, that was also one of her products. So this comes out in a pretty fine mist, and again I am trying to dry with my little handy dandy hand fan, and I think I had a couple of splotchy um, spray points come out, which doesn't usually happen, but it did this day. So I used the little sponge. This is a black eyeliner pencil. I believe the brand is Kohl, and I am sharpening with my e.l.f. sharpener, which I absolutely love. That was one of my Christmas gifts, as well as this eyeliner pencil, y'all. These eyeliner pencils, so I use that. I'm using this as an eyeliner. You saw me use a different color on my eyebrows, and I'm also going to use it on my lips. These are relatively inexpensive. They're like $1 and some change, also from Amazon. And you guys, some of the products I mentioned today I purchased on Amazon, like these eye pencils as well as the pencil sharpener, but many of the other products I did not purchase on Amazon. However, the ones that I can find on Amazon, I will link them in the description, and you can shop my Amazon links. I am an affiliate, so if you shop my links, I will be very, very grateful. However, just to let you know what the exact products are, I will link them if I can find them on Amazon. Now I am applying some of that same burgundy color from the Culture 2 palette that I used earlier on my lower lid, just for a little razzle dazzle. And again, one of the things that I have noticed after watching video after video, and then even just trying it like I am here, some of these steps may seem totally necessary and totally over the top, but every single step adds something to the look. And yeah, not all the time will you have the time to do every single one of these steps, but when you do, it just takes your looks to another level. So just like I said earlier, take the time to practice, get to know your products, get to know your face, and the more you try, the better you'll be. And lo and behold, you guys, look, I did not forget the mascara this time. Did not forget. Kudos to me. This is a highlighter by Juvia's Place, you guys, and this stuff is very, very pigmented. And you can see that one, I wiped the majority of the product off, and I still, get a really good coverage when I apply it, because it's just a lot of product on that one. So be really careful It's a great product. As you can see, it's beautiful. It does do what it's supposed to do, but you can easily, very easily add too much if you don't wipe that wand off and tap lightly, very, very lightly. So this is another one of the eyeliner pencils. This one is Mink. So it's a really dark brown. It's not black, but it's kind of, I guess it's the shade between black and simmer brown, which is kind of like a medium dark brown. But this is really dark, almost black, but not black. And here you'll see me doing the touch test, no transfer. And I attribute that directly to that fixing spray by Scratch by Cat. Now this is another Juvia's Place product. It is a lip plumping lip gloss, but it's very, very pigmented, as a lot of Juvia's Place's products are. So you see it has a pretty good bit of coverage. So it does tingle a little bit when you put it on, but not too much. Not too much at all. And now I'm going to work on this hair. And if you saw the video when I put this hair in, I really felt about it in the beginning, but I came to really like and enjoy this hair. I will try to put the card up and link it in the video. Not in the description, but I'll put a card maybe on the video. So if you're interested in watching that video and me doing this hair, it'll be accessible. And as we're coming towards the end of the video, I would like to remind you to like this video by hitting that thumbs up and subscribing to my channel, and also hitting that notification bell so that you're notified when a new video goes up. This perfume, you guys, I got for a birthday gift from my hubby. This bottle is gorgeous, and again, I don't know the name of it, but I think you can pause the video so that you can see what it is. And I believe a little bit later on, I'll do a better picture or closer up so that you can see this perfume. It is beautiful. The bottle is gorgeous, and it smells really good too. Alright, you guys, we are coming towards the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think about the look, how it turned out, even with that near disaster of that dark contour. Yeah, let me know what you think about the look. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.